What is up, guys? Welcome back to Punk Rock Raider. Today, we are reacting to more of our Discord's top 10 records. It doesn't have to be a top 10 of all time. It could be a top 10 90s punk records. It can be a top 10 specific genre. It can be a top 10 just random stuff. Whatever top 10 they can think of, they have presented to us, and we will be reacting to it. We will be judging it. We will be deciding if it's a good top 10, if it's a shit top 10, if it's a mid top 10. So we'll be discussing that today. And today we have with us Screeching Bottle Rocket, aka Dylan of DyingScene.com, is joining us today. And up above me is Mr. Punk Rock Radar himself, John, is also here. So we are missing Lewis, sadly. It's hard to organize these. We're all of us can be in the room at the same time, so it's just the three of us today. So JWill, if you're really looking forward to Lewis's commentary on your stuff, you'll just have to ask him. Send him a record. Be like, do you like this? What do you think of this? So I'm sure he'll say, but how are you guys doing today? Or tonight, I guess. Yeah.
Doing good.
Wonderful.
Dylan's
videos.
Yeah, Dylan's live on location.
Yeah.
Shiner Buck.
Finally, you have like a real beer for once. He's always drinking like Four Locos and
No.
expired Mexican beer.
No, it's Miller High Life is his jam.
Yeah, that's right.
Real. That's a real beer.
It's a real man's beer.
I'm gonna submit
ahead.
a top 10 to you guys. I'm gonna submit my top 10, some type of food thing. I love to rank food, so I'm gonna submit that. But
all right, go ahead.
If you guys at home want to submit it, you submit your list. You can either do with the link down below to the Discord, or you could buy the bundle and make us rank, whatever the hell you want. But let's start ranking these records. Are you ready?
We can do that. And just before we get right into it, just make sure to like the video, comment down below whatever you think of the records, and don't forget to check out punkrockradar.limitedrun.com for records and merchandise. It supports the channel, it supports bands, and you get stuff out of it. So, but yeah, let's get into it, John.
All right. This is the first one's going to be the band's called Wire, and this is Pink Flag.
Do you know anything about this, John?
I remember when this came out, there was a lot of hype for it. I listened to it again, so I cheated a little bit with this list. Because I had to put this together just now, and I was like, what the hell? I remember seeing this. I don't really like it, honestly. I don't think it's very good.
Yeah, it's not cheating to check out the records beforehand. I should probably send it to us, so if we wanted to do a little research. But you remember when this came out? I think this came out in the 70s.
No way.
Yeah, this is a 70s record. I think it's 1977 or 1978.
Then I'm thinking of something else. It's something that looks a lot like this.
There's another album cover that looks really similar to this.
Is there? Yeah, this was on Record of the Week, so I listened to the entire thing, and I think I probably appreciate this more than I, would actually actively listen to this. But I think it's a decent record. It's like a precursor to 80s hardcore. So for a record from 1977, 1978, it's pretty impressive how different they were from kind of the bands around the time. But yeah, I don't know. It's not my thing I listen to too much, but it's a highly praised record. I know that. This makes it in the Pitchfork top 10s of punk records of all time.
Man, you just blew my mind.
Yeah, John's like, I don't know, this came out
there's
last
something
year.
that came out that looks just like this in 2006 or something. Yeah. Okay.
Find it.
I'm totally thinking of a different album, so yeah, disregard what I said. Dylan, what do you think of this?
Yeah, do you know anything about this record, Dylan?
If I had to guess, the one you're thinking of, it's maybe that band Reviver, RVIVR, maybe. Someone had a similar album cover.
Funnily enough, we kind of reacted to them recently, so
that's funny.
Okay. I've never listened to this. I'm familiar with the cover art, but I've not listened to it. So hopefully the other 9 on here I've actually heard, and I can offer some insightful insight.
Yeah, so we'll move on past Wire. What's the next one you
We
got
gotta
for us,
rate it
John?
though, right?
No, we rate it at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. I mean, Dylan,
There you
you
go.
could say something about this
What is
record.
this? Abstract art. Okay, this is my favorite Green Day record by far. Uh, Badass record, front to back, no bad songs, no skipping, no. I guess the only slow song would be "Hitching a Ride," right? And "Brain Stew." But even after
Yeah.
Brain Stew, it gets fast again. Yeah, this is my favorite. My favorite Green Day song, "Walking Contradiction," as well, which sounds I guess like the goofiest song on the record, but it still has like the same like feel as the rest of it. Yeah, awesome album.
Best Green Day music video as well, I think. Walking Contradiction. So, but John, you do remember when this one came out, so
Yeah, I love this. This is probably my number 2 Green Day album. I just like nothing's ever gonna surpass Dookie, but if anything did, it would be this. It's fantastic front to back. It's probably like as a whole, the collection of songs is better. It's just lacking it's lacking like the Basket Case, the Welcome to Paradise, the Long View, stuff like
Yeah.
that. This is a lot of this sounds similar, but it's all sounds good. So I love this album. It's a 10 out of 10 record. So absolutely no issues.
yeah, this is a great Green Day record. I was looking at Spotify, and it was kind of crazy how much of a drop this has in play count than Dookie does. Like, I get Dookie is like the most iconic one, but it's like some of the songs only have like 8 million, and I feel like Dookie just has
Damn, yeah, that's
tons
weird.
of, yeah, like tons of, like all of them I feel like are massively played. But yeah, this has one of my favorite Green Day songs on it as well, which is Geek Stink Breath, and Jaded, of course, and Brain Stew. It's a great song. It's a solid record front to back. It could be in anyone's top 10. You could put it in front of Dookie, and I wouldn't really care too much. It's pretty close. So
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got another classic. It's going to be Descendants Milo Goes to College. Up next.
do you remember when this came out, John?
I think I do. I think it was like 2008 or something.
Well, this is personally my favorite Descendants record. I know you guys are more privy to, I
Everything
believe,
Sucks.
Everything Sucks, but this is always mine. This is probably one of my favorite '80s hardcore records as well. It's not a pop punk record. I don't know what's with all these lists making them pop punk, but oh, I don't know if we said what JWill's list was. This is just his personal top 10 in no particular order. I'm not sure if we said that, but yeah, I think this is like probably in my top 25 punk records of all time. So, what do you guys think of this one? Dylan.
I too like the second iteration of the Descendants more, starting
Mhm.
with Everything Sucks. Um, it's still obviously a very good record. And Kabuki Girl was a great song. And there's nothing wrong with Milo Goes to College, but I personally think it's overrated in the pantheon of Descendants releases.
Where would you put this? Like how low is it? Like how overrated is it? Is like
No, I would just say it's behind Everything Sucks, and I like some of the All records more than this too.
okay, sure.
We did the video. I don't remember what I
Yeah.
said at this point, or
Me
I put
neither.
the stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh,
I don't think this was particularly high though, but maybe I was like an idiot.
what do you think of this record, John?
I think in 1982, this was the best punk record ever when it came out. That's what I'll
fair.
say. I think when this came out, they were doing it better than anybody. So probably like until like 1987, 88, this is the best punk record. So I don't have any issue. I'm with Dylan. This is the best Descendants album. But yeah, this is a classic. It shaped a lot of the genre, so it should be here. No problems with it.
Yeah, no problems with it.
All right. Same thing with this next one, Punk and Drublick. I don't think
Yeah.
any of us are gonna have any beef with this. All-time classic.
No, we were all just talking about Punk and Drublick in the Discord today and nofx and stuff like that. So some people are saying it didn't like the vocals on this. They thought it was, which I think this is like really good Fat Mike
God.
performance vocal wise.
I mean, considering what he sounds like now, I mean, how could you complain? Like,
well, I think it was a comparison to like maybe later records, not like later, but maybe like So Long and
oh yeah,
Valium and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like Don't Call Me White is like one of Fat Mike's like best like vocal performances. I mean, that song just hits so hard when he says that. I mean, yeah, this is a classic. No issues with having it in the top 10. No issues with it even being your favorite NoFX record.
Yeah.
So
I think like the vocal, I think Valium has the best vocals. I said that before, but like for a 1994 independent punk record, you're going to complain about the vocals, especially given how bad the vocals are, like from Self-Entitled on. It's like the last thing I would say about this album is complain about the vocals. It's like what, 17 songs that are pretty bulletproof. Like the back half there, it drops off a little bit, but it's an all-time great pop punk album. Spoiler alert, it's in my top. I think I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna do top 50, man. I just like I'm stressing myself out over it. But this would be like top 20 pop punk albums of all time.
All right, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. Dylan, what do you think?
This is not a pop punk album.
It totally is. This is totally pop punk.
Leave it alone is straight up a pop punk song, dude. But I mean, I'm fine with someone not wanting to say it is either. But go ahead.
It's a punk album. There's very specific parameters something has to adhere to be defined as pop punk, in my opinion. This is not it. Some people are more liberal with their application of that term, but I'm not one of them. Conservative pop punk analyst. Anyway, yes, very good album. It's not my favorite NoFX album. I really don't think it's worth like analyzing the vocal quality. I think up to this point is the best vocals on a NoFX album.
Definitely.
Was Ribbed before this?
Yeah. Ribbed is 91. This is 94.
White Trash was before this, and then Ribbed.
Okay. Well, those two were like, I don't know. If you want to talk about vocals, like those were good. Like it obviously an improvement over S&M and Liberal Animation. But this was the best vocals at this point for a NoFX album, and the best songs on a NoFX album up to this point. So there, I don't have any problem with this, but I would choose Slat Fats over this probably. Maybe he has that too.
Maybe
we'll
he
see.
Does,
there could be two NoFX records. So
all right,
let's go to the next one here. What do we got?
So Lewis is not here, but if he was, he would be very stoked. This is his favorite Bad Religion album. Bad Religion is his favorite band. So he's not here, JWill, but if he was, he would give you a high five virtually through his webcam. This is, see, I remember like I listened to this all the time in Lewis's car. Obviously, you know, it's definitely not. I don't know. I think it's good, especially for the time. It's probably like, I know this is blasphemy. People love this album, but this is probably like a B tier Bad Religion for me. I got into Bad Religion like post 2000, so like with you know, No Substance is 98. Then you got Process of Belief. Like that's like my sweet spot. Process of Belief kind of like got me really into Bad Religion. So it's hard to go from the 90s to the 80s and from the 2000s to the 90s. It's tough to go back. So I think this is a good record. It's B tier Bad Religion though for me.
Yeah, I mean this is personally, it's cliche to say I like Suffer a little more than this one, but I think it has some great Bad Religion tracks on it. Big Bangs on here. I Want to Conquer the World. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with this record. Yeah. So I have no issues with somebody having this Bad Religion album on here by any means. I mean, there's like very few like from like 88 to like, I don't know. I guess New America would be questionable, but I was going to say all the way up to like New Maps of Hell, that if somebody said one of those were your favorite Bad Religion record, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. For the most part, I guess. Other than I have to re-listen to New America. I know you guys hate it a lot.
Of like the Holy Trinity, this is my favorite of those three. I'll say that.
What is it's No Control, then Against the Grain, right?
Yeah.
For no control
Yeah.
against the group.
Yeah. So
I agree. I think it's the best of those three. And it has like the songs that I like the most, like Automatic Man and the title song and Conquer the World.
yeah.
My favorite Bad Religion album is The Gray Race, though. Shout out to Bobby Scher, best Bad Religion drummer of all time.
No way.
Damn. Really? All right.
Yeah, I really like Bobby.
I mean, sure. I'm not gonna like say you can't say that, but we'll go to the next one here.
I obviously Brooks Wackerman's
Yeah, that's
more
what I was
like
gonna
technical,
say.
Yeah. I
but
mean,
Bobby have more feel.
I didn't even feel like I needed to say it,
No,
but
the Empire Strikes First has the best Bad Religion drums, like for me by a mile. But we'll move on. This is gonna be a controversial pick, I think. We got Rancid 2000, which I personally love this album, but like I've been seeing like a lot of people shit on this lately. I see like people put Indestructible over this and Let the Dominoes Fall over this. That's crazy. JWill, I think this is a great pick. Awesome album. Let Me Go, Poison, Loki. There's lots of good songs on here. Great. I think this is a good pick. So it gets my backing again.
yeah, I mean, I have nothing against someone putting Rancid 2000 one of their favorite. Like, I get the appeal of Rancid 2000. It's just like 22, just like these really rough, just kind of like fast punk Rancid tracks back to back, and there's like great songs in here.
Antennas.
I think what you say, like Antennas is good, Poison is good. Let Me Go. Yeah, I mean, there's just like a ton of like really hard hitting songs. It's just to me, this is always like it's one of the Rancid records that a lot of the songs don't stick with me. And I always felt like this is just trying to rehash Let's Go, whereas Indestructible is just trying to rehash and Out Come the Wolves. And I never felt like it was anywhere near as good as Let's Go. And I don't think Indestructible is anywhere near as good as Out Come the Wolves. But it's probably like my fourth or fifth favorite Rancid record. Like, I'm not going to put Let the Dominoes Fall over this record. Or even Indestructible would be quite questionable. Though I think it's way closer argument between those two, in my opinion. But go ahead, Dylan. What do you got to say about Rancid 2000?
Pretty indifferent to it. I don't listen to it very frequently at all. I like Dead Bodies. I think they played Dead Bodies on the Warped Tour one year when I saw them. It annoys me they have multiple self-titled albums, I'll say that.
Yeah.
To the point where they have to put the year in parentheses.
Well,
So,
on
why'd they do
Spotify,
that?
on Spotify, it's in parentheses 5 as like the fifth album.
I think when it came out, they were calling it Rancid 5. But a funny thing, like they played Dead Bodies on Monday night. They only played 10 songs, and Dead Bodies was one of them, which is very strange.
Yeah, that is kind of strange.
Well, like I know people always say this is like heavy Rancid, like they're just blistering through it. But like I got it right here. It's Quite All Right. Let Me Go. Rwanda, Antennas, Radio Havana,
Black Derby Jacket, man.
Yeah, Golden Gate Fields. There's a lot of like songs that are not like heavy hardcore punk songs. There's just a lot of songs. I mean, like
yeah, it's a lot of songs. So
I think I like this album. This is my number 3 Rancid record.
I think it's probably the rougher production gives people that perception that it's all, and it is like a lot of like quick 1-minute songs. But I mean, this is not a bad record by any means.
It's just just that pirate flag cover that turns people off, I think.
Yeah, this is like a peak Hellcat album cover right here, definitely. But yeah, nothing against this. If you went into your top 10, I have no problem with it. I mean, it's nowhere near a bad record. It's a great record, but it's just not one of my personal favorite Rancid records.
All right.
The Discord logo.
Here we are.
No one's got problems.
Yeah, no problems. This is like a 10 out of 10 punk record. This is one of the most important punk records of all time. This is just an unlimited amount of classic songs on it. So we've probably talked about this to death.
It's the greatest pop punk record of all time.
What's your guys' favorite song off of this one?
Basket Case.
Is it really? Okay.
It was the
I
first
think
my first Green Day song I ever heard. I'll never forget the first time I heard it. So
that's,
like,
that's fair. It's totally
yeah,
fair. I
I'll
think
be
it would go either like I would say Longview or She are like two of my favorites, and I'm trying to think which one is. But she has always been one of my favorites. It was really cool to see the Mad Caddies cover that song. It's kind of like had like a resurgence of like this is like a lot of people's favorite song now.
yeah.
She, I feel like a lot of people are talking about it.
I want to say this, like, my least favorite thing about seeing Green Day live is how often Billy Joe does the hey ho, like it drives me crazy. And I want to say that when they played this on Monday, they did not do that once. They just blistered through this whole album, and it was so refreshing. But then the second they got into American Idiot, like every friggin' song, three minutes longer with the hey ho's, it drives me crazy.
That's the artistic.
It's super
that's
artistic, yeah.
the Broadway show that is American Idiot. So,
What do you think, Dylan?
what's your favorite track on here too?
When I Come Around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another good
Favorite
one.
song. Second favorite Green Day album. My third favorite, of course, is Saviors.
Oh wow. All right.
I like mine goes Uno Dos Tres in that order. So, but
And
let's
then
go to the
Dookie?
next one. Yeah, then Dookie.
And Demolicious.
All right, this is pretty solid list. There's not really. It's pretty concrete. I think other than like John being thrown off by Wire, I don't think any of us really have a problem with this too
No.
much.
It's
Wire,
good.
which he remembers coming out, and I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I do. Yeah, I would have been like what, -8, and
Negative 8 years old. John was just a twinkle in his father's eye, and he saw him pick up that Wire record for.
yeah, I was hanging out with Leonardo DiCaprio one day, and all these memories just flashed back into my brain. I don't know what happened, but this list is. I'm like looking at it. It's turning very, very similar to what my list would look like. This is probably like in terms of my most influential albums to me personally. This is number 2.
Yeah.
And that's where I would slot it on my list. So, yeah, it's another great pick by JWill. He's on fire over here.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a solid pick. I mean, these are like definitely like safe picks, but it's because, they are as good as they are
Yeah.
that they become everyone's favorite picks. You know what I mean? So I say it's a pretty unique list so far, Some interesting choices, some 80s hardcore, some pop punk, so
The Wire album kind of sticks out like a sore thumb compared to all the rest. The rest of it's 90s.
well, it's some Miley Goes to
Pop punk,
College, and I mean, I guess technically No Control was 80s, but
Yeah, okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't have too much to say about this. It's another 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
If you like all the small things, 10 out of 10. If you don't, 9 out of 10. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's got too many good songs to count. It's one of the most influential pop punk albums. It might even be more influential in at least sound wise than Green Day's Dookie. Green Day did more for punk, but I think this is being imitated way more to this day still.
I think so.
For better or for worse.
I think this is,
Something
if you think about it, like in 1994, like punk was hot for like only 2 years, and then it was out. Like in 97, punk was dead
Yep.
again. So like it held like from 99 all the way through like Fall Out Boy, right? In 2004, 2005, it was still the biggest genre in rock. So I think this was more in the long run. This had more lasting value, influential.
Yeah. So I mean, you wouldn't get Blink without Green Day, but there's this sound that they established on Enema is still being imitated to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't hear too many people doing the old Green Day style too much. There is some,
I wish.
but I know.
God bless the Kimberly
Something-
Steaks.
Yes. Sorry, Dylan. Go ahead.
Something I didn't mention the last time, Adam's song, like I completely forgot that was on this album. It's like doesn't sound it's
Yeah.
so like
I always think it's on Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Yeah.
Is that where you think
it
it's on?
doesn't match
Yeah.
the tone of the rest of the record. Like,
It's
the
a good
rest of
song
it's,
though. Yeah.
like goofy, like bullshit songs, and then there's that.
Yeah, it totally
Yeah.
feels like it would be slotted like right after Story of a Lonely Guy. Right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely. So you're talking about Aliens Exist is a deadly serious song. Dylan, as we grew to realize later on.
Yeah, and the party song. It doesn't get any more serious than that.
For real.
All right, so Dylan, you asked for it, and
Yep.
you receive
Predicted
it.
the future.
Feeling, man. I had a feeling.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, the best NoFX album. I think it bridges that that nice production quality with the punk energy of Punk and Drublick. We took a weird turn with Heavy Petting Zoo, which I do like. It's just not my favorite form of NoFX by any means, but it is a very solid record. But I mean, you've got Kids of the K-Hole, you've got It's My Job to Keep Punk Rock Elite is probably their best intro song in my opinion, even more so than Separation of Church and Skate, even more so than Linoleum. I think it's just a right out of the gate banger.
Yeah.
And it's a total classic. And this is my favorite. I don't know about vocal wise, I have to compare it to Pump Up the Volume, but the sound that the guitars have and everything, this is my favorite form of NoFX. And I even think the B-sides around this time are some of their best as well. But sorry, what do you guys think of?
What do you think, Dylan?
This is the best NoFX album.
Yeah, I think I'd put it at my number 2 NoFX record. I do think it's better than Punk and Drublick. I think, like you said, It's My Job to Keep Punk Rock Elite. It's the best opener, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, this album rips. It's awesome.
I think it's one of the flaws of Valium is that their opening track is just like a prelude to an actual song, which is a little weak. Now something completely similar, but the song that followed, Take Two Placebos, is a banger. Yes. I think they should have just started with that. I feel like
I was very upset that they did not play it when they promised to play Pump Up the Volume in full. It was one of the songs I was looking forward to hearing. I should have listened to Dylan.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to hear Total Bummers. So.
Yeah.
I'm fucking rallying for a class action lawsuit against these motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
They said playing the full albums and they play like half a fucking song off one of them.
Yeah, the lawsuit says you didn't play. My Vagina was promised and was not played.
I think I have grounds for this lawsuit, if I'm being honest here.
It's true. I mean, they played like optimistically 5 songs off of
Wolves and Punk.
They played so few in Orlando. I don't even remember what albums they were supposed to play. I know this was one of them, and maybe White Trash. But I think they played like a few songs off this, nothing from White Trash, and then some Punk and Drublick songs.
I'm pretty sure when we saw them, they started with I think 60%, and just 2 or 3 songs later that it ended. I was like, oh, they're playing songs not on Pump Up the Volume and Wolves, almost immediately.
They didn't even play. They didn't even play all of The Longest Line. It's got 5 songs. They couldn't even do that for us.
They played only one song, right?
They played 3. They played 3. They played Kill All the White Man, The Longest Line, and I think Stranded or Death of John Smith.
The best song.
One of those 2. I don't remember. I think they did play 3 of the 5.
Okay.
But here we go. This is a shocker. Coming up next. This is an album that was in my top 10 when I did my list 2 years ago, and I was pretty sure there would be no one else in history's top 10 punk albums. But
yeah, there you go.
Here's JWill.
Yeah, dude. This is if So Long was Pump Up the Volume, this would just be your list. This is so get rid of Wire, and we're looking pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. In my personal list, I would have Smoko, Enema, Dookie. Let's see. Yeah, I'd have at least 3. And he's got probably 3 more that would be in my top 20. So this is an awesome list by JWill.
Yeah, this is either the best or second best Frenzel Rom record. So I really like Sans Souci a lot. That was the one I have the most nostalgia for. And I don't know. I think there's a few more standout tracks on Sans Souci that I like more. I don't know. Punisher is such a good song. I Went Out with a Hippie. Now I Love Everyone But Her. But I mean, this one, yeah. This is Cockroach Light Switch, right? And 5,000 Cigarettes.
Yeah.
500 cigarettes.
500 cigarettes.
No, it's 5,000.
Yeah, it's 5,000.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay, I was right. Well, you corrected me.
That Star Trek meme. High Viz, I like a little more than this, but I'm not gonna knock it having Frenzel Rom in the top 10. If this is in order, potentially number 1, I respect it.
I think it is.
Let's just no. I mean, it seemed seems like it works in a way.
I almost feel like JWill is baiting us, and he
Yeah.
only picked this because he knows how much we like it.
He just wants us to give his top 10 a high score. So
it
you're
is?
losing points for that 70s punk record, buddy. All right.
Yeah, it's
I'd
getting
also
a high
like
score.
to take this opportunity. If anyone has this on compact disc, my uncle is in the market. If anyone has a copy they're willing to part with,
John has
apparently
three copies, and he's not letting them
Oh,
go.
you do? Oh, my
I know.
uncle.
I don't know how
Apparently,
many copies John has.
this is well with all the represses they did recently. This is rarer on CD than it is on vinyl. So
Really?
yeah, excellent album though. You can't go wrong with any of the recent Frenzel Rom or any Frenzel Rom really. Maybe Shut Your Mouth. I want to take the opportunity real quick. I kind of gave some flack to Malcolm Young, Forever Malcolm Young, and that album. Oh, you guys are still listening? You like froze. That that album.
No, we're here.
That's had a bit of a resurgence with me recently. Actually, I like that album a lot now. So, you guys are both like frozen.
Is it just me or? No, I don't know if we were frozen or I think we both looked at our phones at the same time.
I was checking Fat Wreck to see if this was. I thought this was still available on CD. It just kind of shocked me a little bit.
It's like $60 is the cheapest I've seen.
Is it just me, or is it just Spotify, or does a Forever Malcolm Young sound crazy compressed? Does it sound better on CD?
That was our main gripe with it in the tier list.
Okay.
I got they repressed the record though, and it sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna listen to Ball Chef in high fidelity.
Ball Chef is on Sanssouci, so Medicine Balls is on Forever Malcolm Young or whatever that's.
No, I refuse.
Yeah. Ball Chef is on Sanssouci or however you say it. 100%.
He's right. It's track 4.
I'm right.
It's track 4.
I'm a bigger Frenzel fan than you. I'm a bigger Frenzel fan than you.
What's the Red Wine and Altar Boys? That's on Malcolm Young,
that's on Malcolm Young. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And Johnny Ramone was in a fucking good band, but he was a cunt.
Yes, that was also. So.
All right.
And Fuck You and Your Stupid Band is on there as well, or whatever that one's called.
Russell Crowe's band.
We ended up going longer without Lewis. We said it was going to be 6 minutes shorter, but this is the longest video yet. So let's do our scores here for JWill. I mean, I'm giving him a 10. This is an awesome list. Smoko, So Long, Enema, Dookie, Rancid 2000, No Control, Punk and Drbl, Milo Goes to College, Insomniac. The only one that I don't really care for is Pink Flag, but I might not even know what he's talking about, so I can't really go against him there. So I'm giving him a 10.
All right. I'll give this. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that's bad on it. I think it's just a super solid list. A lot of solid records, a lot of good choices. Rancid 2000. I don't mind it being there. I don't think it would come close to mine, and neither would this Wire record. Though I thought it was pretty impressive for the time, and thought it was an overall good record when we listened to it. But I'll give him a 9 out of 10. So I'll give him a 9 out of 10. It's pretty solid. Go ahead, Dylan.
8.5.
All right.
I'm not impressed by Wire because I have not taken the I don't know what word I'm trying to use. I've not listened to it. I can't comment on it, so that's -1 point. And then the Rancid album, I feel like pretty mid. That's another half point gone there. The rest of it, 8, 10 out of 10 bangers. So you get a 8.5, Mr. JWill.
All right, and that rounds up to a solid 9.3. So congratulations, JWill. You got a 9.3.
The highest score in the history of the series.
I think technically Purplish Rains was. I thought we all gave him a 10 or something. Maybe not. I think Lewis is like an 8. So, all right. Well, let's wrap this up, guys. Thank you for watching. This has been another top 10. Don't forget to join the Discord down below if you want to upload yours. We've got a lot to go through, but we're just going to keep doing this. These are kind of just easy and fun to make, and you guys seem to really like it, and we get to look at your records, and, I see people talking to Discord. I wonder what they're going to say about this, so you're going to find out. We're going to get through it. We're going to figure it out. So, but thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.